Hello guys, it's Blackrat from 287 and welcome to the channel. So today we're gonna continue the series about the best Sx10 combos, the top 10. So we're gonna continue also for the cavalry one, we're gonna continue to watch the top 10 on Roe Handbook. So we're gonna start right now with the top 10 of the series. And we have, in the top 10, we have Cleopatra, Lost Angel, and Poison Master. So basically we have one support, one damage, and another support. The Cleopatra is really good in the front row because she have the evasion skill, so she's good in front row. She buffs a lot. She confused, and it's gonna work perfectly with Lost Angel because Lost Angel do more damage on the people who is affected by the confusion. So that's why those two heroes work really well. And then we have Poison Master because Poison Master works really good with heroes who apply poison because it's going to increase his effects. And Lost Angel also do poison. So those three heroes really combine really well. I actually really like this Legion. I saw some of my friends playing it and they had really good results. So it's really a good Legion. Really good one. So let's continue now with the top 10, the top 9. So the top 9, we're gonna have the Warden, Spectre Reaper, and Ramses. So actually this Legion gonna be a basic attack Legion. It's gonna really be only for that because Spectre Reaper is really a hero with basic attacks. Like that's the damage he do. He do the damage with basic attacks, and of course the Warden is going to be perfect to work with him because he's going to increase his damage and increase his basic attack. So it's perfect. Also we have Ramses who increased the basic attacks, and he's a support who's going to boost the damage also of Spectre Reaper. So that's really perfect for him. He's going to be boosted by the two other supports, and it's going to do a lot of damages. So let's continue now for top 8. So top 8 is going to be Immortal Guardian, Warden, and Ethelfred. So now we have a tank, support, and damage dealer. So of course Ethelfred is the best damage dealer archery actually. So really strong with his skills. She do a lot of skill damage. So Warden also going to increase his damage, so it's going to be good to pair them together. And then we have one tank in the front row. So we have, we're going to say the best tank archery free to play. Because he's really not a great tank, but it's actually the best one that we can find in archery for free. So that's it, really simple Legion. So now let's continue with the top 7. Top 7. And now we have Boudica, the paid hero. So Boudica actually is doing a little bit of everything. She do damage, she heals, she tank, she do a little bit of everything. Then we have Sakura and Elk. So Elk and Sakura are actually working a little bit the same way. They are supports who's going to boost the damage on the first rounds. So actually it's going to pair very well with Boudica 8 skill because Boudica do more damage on the first rounds. So that's why with Sakura and Helk, who's going to boost the damage of Boudica 8 skill, it's going to be really good to put them all together. So it's really based to do a lot of damage in the first rounds. So yeah, that's actually really weird to see Elk, because we don't see this hero that much, but actually it seems that it's working really well with Boudica, like this. So let's continue now with the top 6. And we have Boudica, Frederick, and Sakura. So now we have a tank. I'm gonna say Boudica is a tank. It's a tank support, damage. She's doing a little bit of everything. So we have Frederick, who's the damage dealer, and we have Sakura. So Sakura, same reason, she's gonna boost the damage, early damage of the two heroes. It's gonna work with Boudica 8 skill as we saw, and it's gonna work with Frederick because Frederick also do more damage on the 2 first rounds. So that's actually why they are all here together. It's a little bit the same legion. It's going to be a legion who's going to do a lot of damage in the first rounds. I mean, Frederick is really not in a lot of combos, but it seems that he's working a little bit with Boudica. So I never tried this. I don't have Boudica, and also I didn't max at all Frederick. But well, it seems it's working. So if someone have it, I would like to know if it's really that good, actually. So let's continue now with the top 5. And the top 5, we have Boudica, Frederick, and Ramses. So actually, this legion is basically the same as the top 6, but we replace Sakura with Ramses because Ramses is just a better support than Sakura. That's it. Because he's gonna heal, he's gonna increase the damage, but he's really way better than Sakura. So that's exactly the same with a better hero. So basically not that much complicated. So now let's go with the top 4. So top 4, we have Boudica. Again, we have Alpha T from S1. Also surprising to see a S1 in this combo. And then we have Ramses again. So it's the same meaning, we're gonna say. We have Boudica who's gonna be tanking, healing. Then we have Alpha T who's gonna do a lot of damage because he's really full focused on the damage. And then you have Ramses, and also Ramses, as I say, have something who's gonna increase the basic attacks damage, so it's gonna work perfectly with Alpha T because Alpha T is really based with the basic attacks. So that's working perfectly well to increase the damage of our Alpha T, and Boudica will be doing his job to do everything. So let's continue with top 3. So top 3, we're gonna have Boudica again. We're gonna have Ethelfred and Sakura. So here, that's pretty simple. We have Boudica doing everything again, and Sakura who's gonna boost the early damage of the 8 skills of Boudica, and also it's gonna increase the damage of Ethelfred in the first round. So you know that Ethelfred do a lot of damage. So in the first round, this legion gonna do really huge damage. So that's really strong to really kill the opponent pretty fast in the first rounds. And that's it. So let's continue. Top 2. And then we have Boudica, again, Ethelfred, and Ramses. So Boudica, the same, Ethelfred for the same reason, and then we have Ramses who's better support than Sakura, so he just replace Sakura. That's it. So as simple as it is. And now let's discover the top 1 of the archery in Sx16, and the top 1, it's gonna be Boudica. What a surprise! Sakura and Ramses. Okay, so this legion is a little bit strange because we have two kind of... We're gonna even say that we have almost 3 supports here, which is really rare. But actually, I think this legion works like this. Boudica do really good damage with his 8 skill in the first round. So Sakura gonna boost this damage, and also Ramses who's gonna boost also the damage and heal. And something also really important that I didn't mention is that Boudica heals depending the damage that she do. So it means more damage she do, more healing she's gonna do. So with those boosts from Sakura and Ramses, she's gonna do tons of damage. So she's gonna do tons of healing, and she's gonna do really a lot of damage in the first rounds. So I couldn't try this legion actually, and I didn't find any friend who have those 2 heroes, Boudica and Ramses. But from what I have talked with other players who know people who have those heroes, it seems that this legion is really super strong, working really good, and she can beat Arslan. Because that's the problem, and we're going to talk about this because we're going to make a fast conclusion. So what we can see here in these combos if you're watching the top 10, you can see that if you don't have Ramses, or if you don't have Boudica, or even Cleopatra, there's really not a lot of options for you to play if you're a free-to-play player, because you really need those paid heroes to be able to have a decent legion in Archery. So that's actually a problem. The first problem is that you need those heroes that you need to pay. So the only legion, I'm going to say the first legion who don't need paid heroes is going to be this one. But actually this legion not going to be that strong against the other top combos that we have, like Arslan, the Seed, Avalanche, the Sandiata. She's not going to do that well. She's going to be destroyed by all those top legions. So not really worth it to play this legion actually. So in my opinion, if you don't have paid heroes in Sx16, you really need to avoid to play Archery. It's really not worth it. You don't have those heroes, it's gonna be super hard. So basically that's this. And that I wanted to mention is that the problem is that all those combos right here, they're gonna really have really hard job to beat the Arslan. I think the only one who's gonna really beat Arslan really good is gonna be the top one. Maybe Boudica, Ethelfred, and Ramses also be able to do a good job, but all the rest it's gonna be super difficult. But it's always the same problem. You need to have those heroes, and you need of course to have Boudica. So that's why if you guys are free to play or really small spenders, I really don't recommend to spend your time with Archery techs and Archery heroes for the Sx16, because you guys not gonna have a good legion. Even if you take the best one free to play combo, you're not gonna really have a chance with other strong combos. So of course you can still work on your tech if you manage to play Ethelfred or Warden in mixed legions. They are kind of good. But if you want to play full Archery, really forget this, guys. So that's it for the top 10 Sx16 Archery. So for the next, we're going to do the Footman ones. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I see you soon for the next video. Peace out.